I've been reading a lot of Proverbs recently, and what I'm realizing is that the Bible talks a lot and has a lot of information, a lot of insight for everybody, every person who is in a different walk of life, especially business owners. For example, Proverbs 10, right? Lazy hands, Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. He who gathers crops in the summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son. Let's examine the first verse, Proverbs 10, 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Think about it like this: when you are not doing the work that God has told you to do, God has called you to, nothing is actually going to happen in your life. If you're just sitting around, maybe doing half-assed work, or working once in a while, once every now and again doing half-assed work, not doing work to its fullest potential, then your progress in whatever it is that you're trying to do is going to be very little, if none. And what God is trying to tell you is that despite you feeling this way, and despite you feeling lazy and not wanting to do it or wanting to give up, you need to get up and you need to do it if you want the quote-unquote riches of this world. But it also speaks, this can also be taken in the wealth that God has for us on the other side of life. Well, in the afterlife when we go to see Him. The wealth that we accumulate here, it can talk about that as well in Proverbs 10:4, but it can also be taken in the way of the wealth that God has for us in the next life, in the life that we're going to have with Him, next to Him. If you're lazy in your faith and you're not doing what it is that you have to do, and you're constantly giving into sin, then you're going to have poverty. You're going to be spiritually poor. If you are lazy with the work that you do, and you as Proverbs like to call it, you folly around, you fool around a lot, then you're also going to be poor. Poverty will come upon you like a thief in the night. If you are a diligent son, a diligent working man, in the things that will bring you wealth and will enrich your soul, enrich your business, enrich the people around you, enrich the people that you help, then God says that you will be wealthy. God says that your diligent hands will bring wealth. Right. Let's even go down into this. Proverbs 10:24. What the wicked dread will overtake them. What the righteous desire will be granted. Imagine this. Imagine you have two different people. One person is not giving themselves fully to Christ. The other person is giving themselves fully to Christ, and he's desiring work. He's desiring work that can fill up his hands and fill up his days so that he can be, a man of God, so that he can fulfill that, that crowning that he has of a man of God. Then imagine a person who says that they want to work, with their mouth, they say that they want to work, but at the same time, through their actions, they're avoiding it. What the wicked dread, what you avoid, will be your downfall. There's an amazing quote that goes around which just says, the magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. So you can be avoiding some serious work. the work that will transform your life, and the work that will allow you to harvest what it is that you need to harvest so you can have a beautiful harvest. Instead of going to your garden and seeing that you don't even have anything to eat on, and that you have to go back and you have to plant again and plant more and plant more, and then wait until next season. Instead, you could have taken action today, now, and done the hard work, labor in the sun, plant those seeds, water them, take care of them, fertilize the soil, do the preparation that is necessary for the harvest that it is that you want. Instead, you're choosing to stay there and to not actually do the work that is required of you, to stay there and to wait for the right time, wait for when the sun is the brightest, or wait for when the rain is falling just perfectly. There is no waiting. There is no waiting because there is no perfect time. There is no perfect time but God's time, and God's time says now. It says now. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for the lack of sense. We talked recently about nourishment and heart posture on my last video, and I want you to take this and another verse that we're going to read as well. So this, and then another verse that we're going to read as well, which is in Proverbs. And I want you to look at it sincerely, and I want you to see that there is power and that there is serious healing that can happen with your business. Your business and the path that you're going down, it isn't about you. It is never going to be about you. It is going to be about how can you serve the people that God is putting in front of you. How can you, if they are Christian, how can you bring them closer to them? How can you show them God's love, show them God's grace, and show them God's blessing for your work, and to nourish them and to heal them? That's a question that you should be asking yourself for your business. I ask myself that question as a sales rep a lot of the times. How can I serve this person? Even as an accountability coach, how can I serve this person? Instead of, how can I just get this over and done with? Like, I just need to get this over and done with. I have a very interesting relationship with work. I love work. I love to work. But there are times where I am just, how can I get this over and done with? That's my attitude. Like, how can I get this over and done with? To where now my attitude is more of what we're talking about here in Proverbs 10:20. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is of little value. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but the fools die for lack of sense. You need to be, in whatever it is that you're doing, you could be a business owner, you could be a sales rep. You need to look at what you're doing, look at how you're doing it, and realize that you have the opportunity to nourish people. You have the opportunity to heal people. Let's go into Proverbs 12:18, which says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. There are going to be people that you come across in your journey, either as a business owner or as a sales rep, who will genuinely need your help. All the people who come across you, if you have great marketing and great messaging as well. They will genuinely need your help because they see your service as fulfilling, as something that can actually help them out and get them out of the trap that they're in. When we talk about people being burnt before coming to you, as a sales rep, you get that experience of people being burnt. The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise bring healing. The words of the reckless pierce like swords. People will come to you and they'll have very harsh, very bad experiences with different business owners, different sales reps, who either pressured them or manipulate them into buying instead of actually listening to them and solving that problem and figuring out whether or not this is even something that they would need. So a lot of times you need to take your time and assess. Take your time and assess. It's gonna be a very short video today because I don't have much to say. As I said, like, I'm doing this off the top of my dome and I'm very busy, so it's like I don't usually get to come up with scripts at all. But the one thing I want to urge you, if you are a salesperson or a business owner, a Christian business owner, and you're lacking purpose or you're lacking direction, look at your Bible. Your Bible is by far what is going to fulfill you and give you that nourishment that you need. It's going to help you overpour into the people that you're looking to help. Your Bible is, in my opinion, the best guide to your business. That is your Bible, the best possible guide in your business. I don't know why I feel called to talk to business owners recently and sales reps recently, but I guess it's maybe because I am one, because I am a sales rep, but I feel as if this is something that you guys need, and you need to listen to this more, because you will get a lot of business advice out there, a lot of business advice. But what you need actually is direction. In my humble opinion as a sales rep, what you need is direction. More than just advice, direction. Where to go. And the first place I would say that you need to go to is God. In all things, give every decision that you make to God first. Pray about it. Journal about it. Get introspective about it. And then make the decision with God. Yeah. Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. So again, the idea that you wanted to do, the task that you said that you were going to do, the thing that you know that you should do, that's going to lead you into a better circumstance, have better skills, have better clients, serve people better. If you keep on putting it off, you're going to do something that you don't want to do. You're going to have forced labor. I want you to remember that. That is the price for not working properly, for not taking action immediately, for not having speedy action. Forced labor. Something that you don't want to do, something that doesn't fulfill you. So take today as your opportunity to go ahead and do what it is that you have to do. Be diligent with your labor and not lazy.